We are anonymous. No faces, no flags, no permission slips. Today, we cast the spotlight on a woman who thought she could fool us all with her charm and pregnancy, but in reality, her actions are as hollow as the lies she helped spread. The woman at the center of this rotting spectacle, Caroline Levit, aka White House Barbie. A name as perfect as a carefully crafted brand, built on a foundation of privilege, deceit, and let's face it, a complete lack of self-awareness. For those of you who haven't heard, Levit is the press secretary for Donald Trump, a role that's been tainted by incompetence, corruption, and a complete disregard for truth. But Caroline has one thing she always makes sure we know. She's pregnant, and that's supposed to make us care. She uses her condition as a shield, playing the victim card, while being fully complicit in the damage her administration has done to the country. "I'm the first woman to do this job while pregnant and evil," she says, as if this somehow makes her position more valid, as if it somehow excuses the fact that she's helping an administration that's tearing this nation apart. But Canada has had enough. In an epic roasting from the Canadian equivalent of Saturday Night Live, this hour has 22 minutes. Levit was torn apart in a way that few people ever experience. The segment started by mocking her attempts to use her pregnancy as a badge of honor. "I'm carrying the future of our country in my womb," she said. It's the perfect example of how out of touch she is. She wants us to believe she's a symbol of strength, but the truth is, she's a symbol of everything wrong with the Trump administration, self-centered, reckless, and desperate to deflect from the real issues. Let's not forget the controversy surrounding her pregnancy. She's married to a man over 40 years older than her, and people are starting to question the legitimacy of her actions. Is she putting her child at risk by taking medical procedures that should never be done during pregnancy? Is she more concerned about her appearance than the health of the life she's carrying? Those are the questions that people aren't afraid to ask anymore. And they're not just about her looks, they're about the lies, the hypocrisy, and the manipulation she's become so proficient at. As Levit faces these harsh truths, she continues to try to deflect, hiding behind the veil of her pregnancy. When asked about Trump's military actions in Venezuela, she brushes it off with a snarky, "Do you think the president cares about the opinions of a bunch of mouth breathers?" She's talking about the American people, but in truth, she's talking about all of us. She's saying we don't matter. Our opinions are irrelevant to the people in power. And what about immigration? This is where the real brutality of the administration shows its face. Levit, like her boss, has no problem supporting policies that rip families apart. The audiences force it to look at the reality. Families separated, children detained, all in the name of making America great again. "Whoever you saw, sorry they might not be here next year," she casually says, as if it's just another part of the job. But behind those words, there's a chilling reality, the reality that people are suffering. People are being ripped from their homes, their families torn apart, and Levit doesn't bat an eye. Why? Because it's all about power, and as long as she has hers, the rest of the country can burn. Then there's the most brutal moment of all, when a reporter directly asked her what kind of society, what kind of future she was helping to create for her child. It's a question that strikes at the heart of everything she stands for. What kind of world will her child grow up in? A world where policies like Trump's will continue to take away healthcare, education, and basic human rights? A world where people like Caroline Levit get to live in luxury while the rest of us suffer? Her answer, only if they learn to read. It's as cold and dismissive as it gets. She doesn't care about the future of this country, or the future of the people she's supposed to be representing. She cares only about protecting her own interests, her own power. And the sad thing is, she's not the only one. She's just one cog in a massive machine that's grinding this country to a halt. But here's the real question. How long will it take before the rest of us wake up and realize we're being sold a lie? But Levit isn't the only one to blame. Her husband, the man who's more than 40 years her senior, has played his role in propping up the Trump administration. She's using her child as a political tool, all while making sure she gets her shots in the media. The hypocrisy here is staggering. This is the same administration that has put so many children in danger with its policies, and yet Levit thinks she can claim the moral high ground by being a strong, pregnant woman. Let's not sugarcoat it. This is a game of deceit, and the only winners are people like Caroline Levit and her millionaire husband. The rest of us are left picking up the pieces, trying to make sense of a world that's being shaped by people who care more about their own image than the people they're supposed to serve. And that's what the Canadians are pointing out with such brutal accuracy. When all is said and done, the question remains, what kind of world will Levit's child grow up in? Will they inherit the chaos of this administration, the broken promises, and the constant lies? Or will they grow up in a world where justice is more than just a buzzword, where accountability is more than just a pipe dream? As for Caroline Levit, she can continue to hide behind her pregnancy and her privilege. But no matter how hard she tries to spin the truth, the world is watching. And eventually, the truth will come out. The truth about the Trump administration, the truth about the lies, and the truth about the people who have been complicit in making this country a place where greed, hatred, and ignorance reign supreme. So to those of you watching, take a good look at what's happening. Don't let this slide by. Don't let them continue to destroy everything we've worked for. The time to act is now. The time to make our voices heard is now. And remember, we are anonymous. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.